Hello, and welcome to Losers Watch Love Island. I'm Brandon.
And I'm Crista.
And we're here to talk about episodes 6 to episode 7 of Love Island, USA, season 6. Okay, so before we start, quick recap on episode 5, where we left off. It was the underwear party, and we got the couples at the fire pit, and then they got
Blindfolded and handcuffed.
And then the new bombshells came in their lingerie, and they each kissed 2 of the guys. That's pretty much where we left off. We got introduced to Andrea and Nicole, and they kissed. Andrea kissed Aaron and
Rob.
And Nicole kissed Hakeem.
No. Kendall
And
Cordell.
You're right. Kindle.
So they kissed Kendall.
They kissed Kindle. Okay, so we open up with episode 6.
So we started Andrea talking about herself. They're all sitting together asking questions.
Yes.
And she speaks Spanish.
Yes.
Which I didn't think she was Spanish. I don't know why. That just wasn't my first thought. And then Aaron responds in Spanish.
Yep. They immediately had that little connection.
Yeah.
She was gunning for Aaron when she came in.
Yeah. And somebody was like, we need subtitles because nobody else speaks Spanish there at all.
Correct.
So I thought that was interesting.
Made Kaylor very uncomfortable.
Yeah. And then they asked Nicole about where she's from because she's from Miami.
Yep.
And Hakeem was like, oh, same. And she was like, respectfully, Miami guys suck. So I was like, well, that was awkward. That's like the first, no thanks, Hakeem. I already watched you and knew that was you. I'm not into it.
Yeah, well, she does say that all guys from Miami just want to be fuckboys, etc. And that was her first impression of Hakeem anyway. So,
yeah.
Fair.
I guess. It was just funny because it was just like a shutdown immediately.
But
they all thought that Andrea's really pretty. They talked about that, all of them.
Yep. And then the girls talk. Leah and Kaylor both tell the girls hey, I really like my couple. Please don't take them.
Please fuck off.
Please don't take them.
Yeah. But and then also Kaylor made a little comment about peeing herself. Why did they all talk about pee?
I don't know.
They're all like, I'm going to pee myself. It's just such a weird, I don't know that that's a quote that people say all the time, but apparently it is.
It's a thing of the youths, and we are not them.
Yeah.
We are olds.
Yep. And Aaron really liked the kiss.
Yep.
With Andrea, and Cordell obviously.
Cordell right now being dumped by Serena in the last episode. Really enjoyed the attention he was receiving.
Yes. And that's cute.
Yeah, it was cute. Good for him.
It was cute. But then Nicole pulled Kendall first, and they had a little chatty chat.
Yes, they did. This is where they got all backstory-y and told each other about their past partners. Well, at least Kendall did.
Yeah.
And how he's been with 27 girls in 7 years. Yep, that was the math he was doing, which I guess doesn't turn out to be that awful of a number.
No,
per year.
It just sounds like a lot when you're talking about time, but it sounds different to us because we're
old.
We're long-term relationship people. We're not the type of people that are around now.
Olds.
Yes, we're old.
And his last relationship ended 2 years ago, so he's been single for 2 years. They talked about that. Nicole didn't really give away too much of her past, but she made a joke, and that was funny.
She's new. You gotta, I feel like it takes time to open up to people when you're the new person, but when you're someone like Kendall and you've already been doing the opening up to people, it's a lot easier to explain your life, I think.
Yep.
And then we had Liv fucking stirring the pot, telling Hannah that just have confidence and blah, 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 and just go interrupt them and blah,
Again with the interruptions.
Liv, get your own relationship in life. What is happening? And we never see her and
Hakeem.
I can't even remember his name because we so often don't see them. We didn't see Hakeem for this whole episode.
Yeah.
Besides the beginning part where she respectfully tells him Miami guys suck.
Yeah.
Oh, it's crazy. I hate Liv. I know I say that all the time, but she already was bugging me in the first 5 minutes of this episode.
Aaron and Andrea talk. That's her first talk.
And it brings her to Soul Ties.
Yep. And this is where Aaron the relationship between Aaron and Kaylor gets talked about because they're in a rough patch because of Kaylor kissing two other guys plus Aaron. in challenges and in conversations.
Yeah, I didn't like the way he talked about her in this conversation.
Yeah, but he's still upset. Like they're getting better at this point. Like they're not directly fighting and crying, but they were, like not on the best of terms.
Yeah, but then he says, Kaylor just likes doing stupid shit. Like, I just don't... It just feels disrespectful in a way because I understand you're upset, but then being like, so I'm super open because of it, just is kind of shitty to say. Because I also don't think he's telling the truth. I think he's just mad.
Possibly.
So I just don't like the way that you're saying it.
Yep.
And he did call Andrea perfect. So,
Ooh.
not a fan.
Andrea then goes and pulls Rob, the other guy that she kissed.
Snake boy.
Snake boy, sure.
And then he immediately...
Snake in the grass.
And he immediately goes, why did you kiss me? I'm like, Jesus.
It was pretty intense at this point.
Like, that's a very intense opening. I mean, it might not have been the opening line to their conversation, just to us it was, but...
True.
And then she just said, well, men are oblivious to who likes them, so...
Also true.
Yeah.
I feel like Rob's probably like that when he's not actively being a fuckboy.
Yeah, he seems kind of stupid. Like,
yeah,
a little bit.
Little bit. We get Andrea telling us and Rob that she's only had one relationship in high school and then everything else is situationships.
Because she goes for unavailable men.
And that's just like every other girl in this season.
Yeah, they're very similar in this season, and I don't...
It's the youths. We're just old again.
No, but like the other seasons are all youths as well, but I find that the personalities are a bit different. I think a lot of the personalities on here are very similar, except Liv, the snake of the women, because she is a much more boring, flat personality than everybody else in this.
Okay. I would like to counter your statement here with,
Sure.
As we continually watch the show, we get older, but the contestants they bring on are all in their 20s. The gap between us and them increases.
I feel like we've only been watching this
We're so old.
like a year. I don't think it's that deep. It's been like 2 years, but that's fine. And then Leah's just panicking. Like, this whole episode is just Leah
Panicking
and being scared and upset, and Rob half being shitty.
Yeah. He immediately, after his conversation with Andrea, goes into talking head situation and says, I'm in trouble.
And he says that all the time. He said that in the last episode, too.
Yeah.
Like, he's just, I don't know. I think...
He said it after, the kiss happened.
Yeah. And I wrote that I don't know if he'll stray from Leah after everything they went through. So, that was cool.
It's still early days. He can stray.
Yeah, well. And then Nicole and Cordell have a cute little chat, but it just...
She has picked up the Kindle.
I think that she doesn't seem very into it.
I don't know. She seemed into it enough for me to see it. I don't know. What I really didn't like about this one is it kept cutting between their conversation and Serena as if Serena cared.
Yeah.
But Serena had already broken up with him. So it she wasn't bothered. This isn't real drama.
Yeah. Well, they got to show it. She's happy for him that somebody wanted to talk to him. So.
Yeah. And I believe it cuts to her having a conversation, being happy for him and her telling the girls yeah, I knew I'd be taking a risk with this, but I'm glad that I did it and I'm staying true to myself and all this stuff. And he's out there and it's good for him to meet other girls. And that was a good statement from Serena. Thank you, Serena, being mature.
Yeah, Serena. I actually really like Serena. I'm scared she's going to go home, but I like her.
Mm-hmm. Well, she might not go home. You never know.
I know.
It doesn't look good right now.
Yes. The lack of connection is always the scary part when somebody ends up single or anything like that.
True.
But Taylor and Aaron talking, I didn't like this conversation.
Okay.
I think that Aaron's trying to be honest with her and say it was a good chat and whatnot, and Taylor just goes, do what you have to, that's what we're here for, but that's not what she's feeling or thinking at all.
True.
And I don't like we'll be so honest with each other, and then that's what you're saying, but I know, you can see it in her face that she's so upset, but I don't know, just be honest and say that you're unhappy about it, but I get that you do have to let him do whatever he wants. I don't know. But I also think he's trying to make her jealous by saying some things, and I didn't like that either.
Yeah, maybe.
like saying, "Oh, we made out," but they didn't actually.
Yeah, but well, they kissed at the thing. That was making out, but I know what he was referring to here.
Yes, he was talking about it in Soul Ties, and I think that was just trying to make her jealous, even though she's already upset.
He's a jokester.
I know.
He's just taking it too far.
He's not a jokester, though. Rob is the jokester. Aaron's got a very, like...
Him and Rob are bestie buddies, and they're probably both jokesters. We just don't see it from Aaron as much.
No, he comes off a lot more serious than Rob does.
Kaylor compared Aaron to Connor when Connor first came in and said how different they were and how mature Connor was and how immature and jokestery Aaron was in like episode 2.
All right.
I have receipts. Okay. It's called The Show.
Yeah, I get it.
We cut to Rob and Leah talking, and this is where he says something like, "Don't worry, I'll tell you too when I know what I'm feeling with her."
Well, he was saying, "I'll let you know if I'm thinking about choosing her over you," is what he kept saying. And he made it so awkward. And he said, she really would have to sweep me off my feet.
Yeah.
But Leah is crazy. Like, her jealousy is wild. I wrote, "Take a chill pill, baby girl." Because she's like really hyped on the jealousy, but trying not to be.
Mm-hmm.
But then the show to us, like her private talking.
Or talking head.
Yes, is always so angry and jealous. And then when every conversation she has with Rob for the like next 2 is like, "No, it's fine. I'm not mad." But you're mad. You're clearly mad. And we know she's mad because she blows up later. Like, that's fine. But just what's with the non-honesty? Why are the guys so honest and the girls aren't honest?
Yeah, true. But she's being honest about being so jealous. I don't know.
It's very weird.
Yeah. We get a conversation between Andrea and Connor.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
During his workout. Interrupts his workout.
Oh, that is the next day, yeah.
And
sorry, they all went to bed.
Yeah, nothing happened, so it wasn't exciting. I found her interrupting during the workout so uncomfortable because normally we let people finish working out or we start working out with them while talking. And she was like, can I just take you and we'll have a chat? Like, I don't know. It felt weird.
Yeah, that's not normal gym etiquette.
Yeah, and everybody was just like, okay. And Janae was not happy.
Yeah, it did show her a little bit.
Yeah.
But like barely. I don't know. She was still making breakfast and stuff. She was busy.
She was staring, though.
I guess.
I don't know. It's just the gym interrupting was weird.
I guess. Connor's got a huge pump, and you can see it in his shoulder walk.
Oh, my God.
Just rolling like he's an automobile.
But I found their conversation, she was more asking for advice than anything. Like, she wasn't trying to sway him into having more conversations with him or anything.
Yeah.
I found it was just more of a friend conversation of, hey, like, what do you think? And that kind of stuff. Because I think everybody can tell that he's okay with Janae right now. Like, there's not really any interest. He hasn't shown any interest to anybody else at the moment.
Correct.
And then we go back to Leah.
Then we go back to Leah being all jealous and angry and like angsty, and it's annoying.
Yeah.
It seems overblown, but we have actually no idea what's going on because from what we're seeing, it doesn't seem too crazy, but like they might be having conversations we don't see.
I feel like they're having a lot of conversations though, because we see them talk quite a bit throughout this episode.
Yeah.
I feel like there's a lot more that's not shown, but it's probably the same shit.
Over and over and over again. Yeah.
Because they show us the same shit. So I can only imagine there's another half hour of that shit all the time. I don't know if it's happened yet or if it happens later, but then she was like, well, you guys were talking for 2 hours. And it feels like it's like 10 minutes that couple was talking.
I feel like
I think it's later.
Yeah, that's later.
But time-wise, it's just crazy that it's 2 hours, but to us, it looks like it's a couple minutes.
Benefits of filming in these places that you can't tell when time is.
Well, and your whole day is just chatting with people.
Sure.
It's such a weird concept. You're spending 12 hours a day with these people just talking. There's no entertainment. There's no anything else. Like, you only have each other and a gym with each other.
And a pool.
Well, yes.
Which will come up later.
With no private space. And then Andrea gets a text and they get to... Oh.
No, before this, though,
okay.
In one of the conversations that we see with Rob and Leah for real, he does say that he's interested in Andrea.
Yeah.
So he's being direct and telling Leah, like, hey, I'm interested in her.
I have found that Rob is very honest with Leah the whole time. Like, up till now, he has never not been honest with Leah.
Yeah.
Specifically. Like, I have no qualms between the two of them because he is so honest, which is why it bugs me that she pretends she's fine even though she's upset.
Yeah.
Because she should just talk to him about it.
Okay, now we get the tag.
Text for Andrea, and then she gets to pick 2 dates. And then we were wondering, are they going to pick the same people they kissed? They did.
Yep.
So it's not overly exciting. It's not like they're trying to test out the waters with anybody else. So Nicole picks Cordell. Andrea picks Rob. And then they don't touch the food the whole time.
Yeah.
The whole time.
One of the dates, someone gets fed grapes. I think that's I think that's the second couple that sits down.
But it's not Nicole. Because you brought up the food.
Yes.
For Nicole and Cordell. That's what I specifically, you brought that up of how do bugs, like how fast can they run away? So bugs aren't on it. And I don't know what, like obviously we know they have bugs because we see them like swatting shit away and talking about bugs all the time.
To set the scene of the date, both couples are just sitting on the beach having a little picnic, like 15
away from each other.
15 feet away from each other. So you don't have to see them in both cuts of film every time.
But they can see each other.
But they can see each other.
But I watched the full time to see if Nicole or Cordell touched the food.
Yeah.
Nope.
No, they did not. Well, not that we saw or could tell.
No, that plate never emptied.
Okay, fair.
At all. And that's why we don't have food a lot of the time, though, because then you don't know when they're cutting back and forth on conversations.
Yep.
So it's just very strange that they give food, but they always drink the booze. That never gets.
Well, you got to pop the champagne for the date.
Yeah.
It's romantic.
Yeah.
Then Andrea's with Rob, and then they're, talking, and it's going well.
Wait. They all kiss?
That's with Andrea and Rob.
Oh, well, I was still on Nicole and Cordell in my brain for some reason, because I was talking them eating.
Well, we're cutting back and forth between
fine.
Andrea and Rob
Yes.
Nicole and Cordell. And yes, Nicole and Cordell kiss. It was good. I really didn't think they were going to kiss because I thought Cordell would ruin it.
Yeah, I thought he would chicken out. But he was good. Like, she initiated that, though.
Yes.
And then he was like, well, what about right now? And it was good. And I was impressed that he did that because I did not think he was going to.
Yeah, it's definitely a different relationship than Serena. If this blossoms into a relationship. Because, both of them being more direct and not a slow burn.
It was cute.
Yeah, and then Nicole and Rob actually kissed, too. And that was not good.
Not Nicole, Andrea.
Andrea and Rob, sorry. Andrea and Rob kissed. That was not good. Poor Leah.
And then Rob specifically told Cordell and Nicole they didn't see anything.
Yeah.
Which made it awkward.
You didn't see that. That didn't happen. Don't look. You didn't see nothing. And then they played it cool.
Well, I mean, Rob did say, I want to tell her myself. Like, at least he said that. But it was an awkward situation.
Is Rob the villain?
Yes.
Dun, dun, dun.
It's because he has a snake tattoo. Then we switched dates because really the kiss was the only highlight of the dates for me.
Yep.
Because I was surprised Rob kissed. Kendall goes on a date with Nicole next, and Hannah's obviously pissed, and then Aaron's going with Andrea.
Yep.
And Kaylor's mad but makes a joke out of it. So I like Kaylor's personality. I think she's a little cutie. And then Cordell.
Yep.
I mean, none of their conversation was exciting on the dates. Like, none of it was. They just were getting to know each other.
Yeah, it's not like riveting conversation.
Yes, but then Cordell, Kendall. Yes, he smoothly made that move. He just really was like, yeah. But then he kissed her and then says, you like that? Why did you say that? I don't like it anymore. It was so uncomfortable. You didn't even notice he said it. No.
I don't think I did. I was still on this conversation they were having about Monkey Ball for the GameCube.
No, yeah.
They were talking about how they were raised the same and like they all had the same, they were all little nerds as kids, and then they brought up Monkey Ball for the GameCube, which was a super popular game. So get out of here. I mean, they are young compared to me who played that when it came out.
I've never even heard of it, so.
Yeah, well, you're not a nerd.
Well, I don't think that Kendall is a nerd either.
Sure.
Or Nicole, so.
Whatever.
They're nerd in their own way. Anyways, the you like that was creepy. Moving on. Rob, kissing Aaron kissing Andrea. I was very surprised about that as well.
Yep.
That was like, that really threw me off. I didn't think he was going to.
Yeah.
But I don't blame him.
Aaron's conversation though with her is that he's with Kaylor, but yeah, I don't know. Andrea does say that like it's not as strong with Aaron as it was with Rob.
Yes.
She has a talking head where she says that.
Yeah, I just feel like these bombshells are probably two of the most stirred up ones I've ever seen. Like really stirring it up in the villa, and out of like all the seasons, I think they're the two that I've really seen turn people's heads the most. That I didn't think would be as easily turned. But I also think Aaron deserves to try it out and see how things go and whatever, because Kaylor's done the same things. And then if he still likes Kaylor more and goes back, they find each other, that's cool.
Yep.
I like Aaron though. Like, I think he's so sweet when he was talking about how they were talking about how many kids they wanted to have. And he said that he wanted to have like 4 or 5 or whatever, but he wanted to adopt because he wanted to be able to help those people out because he would never love them any less than his own kids. I thought that was so nice.
Yeah, sure. No, it was. That's a very nice thing.
Yeah, like, I think that's super sweet, and I like Aaron. I think he's such a nice guy. Anyways.
The dates end, and we kind of get a talking between the two girls, and they chat about their dates, and it's pretty quick. We get Andrea saying that Rob was better than Aaron for the kiss and the connection and all that stuff.
Which is fair.
And then we kind of get them walking back in together. So it's all 4 guys and the 2 girls walk in, and that's pretty much where the episode ends, as the day has ended.
Mm-hmm.
And then episode 7 starts, and we're opening at that day's evening party hangout. Dress up.
The only other thing that I had ever noted in the end of that episode was that Leah was too crazy because her jealousy. Because I noted that before the episode ended, but maybe it was for the recap. For the next episode, you know how tomorrow night.
Yeah.
I just think that Leah's too much right now.
It's going to chase Rob away. That being too much.
It would chase me away. It's a lot. Jealousy is not a pretty thing, but also it's been 4 days. But yes, episode 7. Go ahead.
Well, we just open up and it's like literally right there, getting ready for the evening. The bombshells are talking.
And then they're talking to the girls.
Yes.
About their dates, and Andrea says she kissed both of them.
Yeah.
And Rob hadn't had the chance to tell Leah, because when would he have? They came back and they went into their little groups right away. So I thought that was shitty for him, because I know he was going to tell her, and I know he wanted to.
Or so we think.
I think he would have. We know Rob's so upfront with her. I just felt bad that they all found out from the girls, because that was the situation they were put in.
Yes, that's true.
But I also appreciate that the girls didn't lie about it.
True. We jump over to a conversation with Kendall telling Hannah about the kiss.
Yep. And Hannah
wasn't with all the girls.
Yes.
At this part, they were off talking separately, so Kendall did get a chance. Rob could have probably got the chance too if he really tried.
Yeah. But I think Hannah was actually kind of cool in that conversation with him. Yep. I don't think she lost her mind or anything. I think she understands that he wants to explore the connection. I think she's sad, but I don't think she's a jealous psychopath. And
at this point.
And Liv wasn't there in her ear chirping about how she should be pissed off. So I think that helped. And then Nicole and Cordell, I think they're so cute. She was doing the exploration of his tattoos and touching all his arms. And then she was like, I'm not even really looking at them. I just like his arms. I thought that was cute.
I don't know if it's now, but Cordell talks to us, the audience, in a talking head about how he has Nicole tattooed on his arm already for his for his past aunt, and he didn't want to bring it up and be all awkward
because it's kind of creepy, but it's not, because it's your aunt. And then she finds it and thought it was sweet that he had that for his aunt.
Yeah. And he goes through and he talks about all his I think his mom or his grandma. No, his mom, and then his aunt, and then his grandma is the blue butterfly tattooed on his hand, because that's where she's going to reincarnate and land on him. And
I think she already died.
Yes.
He got that before, so that was sweet. I thought that was a cute conversation, though.
Yes.
And then we cut to Aaron and Kaylor, and he's telling her about the kiss. And yes, she already knew, but at least he was right in there telling her.
But she is crying.
Yeah, she's upset about it. And he said that he's not sure if the connection is as strong as it is with Kaylor.
Which is good for Kaylor.
Yeah.
He stopped crying.
But he called her more level-headed than Kaylor, which I thought was kind of direct. And that she knows what she wants. He said that to her. And I was like, oh. But then, and she was like, if I'm not your first choice, then don't pick me.
Yep.
I don't want to be second option. So we'll see what happens there.
We jumped to Leah and talking to Rob.
Oh my God.
And then Rob told Leah about the kiss, but it was already too late. She was already informed and mad.
But that's when she's still pretending that it's fine.
Yeah.
What are you doing? It doesn't, and also, what are you saying? It doesn't take away from us, Rob. Shut up. It does. It automatically does. And she's so mad. She's fuming in the talking head. Like, she's so mad, and she's just like, it's fine. Okay. And it's too many conversations now with that.
True.
You need to tell him and be honest.
And they need to break up or figure it out or ultimatum it or whatever.
Ultimatum it. Throw him in a different show.
No, that's Netflix. Shut up. I mean, like, the actual term for ultimatum. Gosh, it existed before the Netflix show. Kendall and Nicole, they get a chat after this. They both love movies. Yeah, me too, guys. Me too.
Yeah. They seem like they have similar interests in what they like, though. But that was it. Nothing important in their conversation, really.
Yeah.
Then Rob and Andrea and Soul Ties.
Yep.
And his first question, would you catch snakes with me?
Oh,
No, absolutely not. Like, what? And she's like, I'm intrigued. I'm not scared, but...
What?
Like,
what
what?
the fuck?
Yeah, she's like, what do you mean?
It's not a deal breaker, though. Don't worry about it.
And then he's just fucking playing with a spider.
Yep.
For like 10 minutes on his hand, and she's like
Get that.
cringing in the corner. And he's just like, look at my spider. And then it's on his face.
Yep. Ugh.
What the hell? I was like, okay. I would have freaked out and been like, bye. I even drew a little hand waving. See ya. Like,
you
that's
later.
absolutely enough for me. That was weird.
It's just not into Rob and his creepy crawlies.
And neither, I don't think she was into that part.
No, then no.
Because no one's into that.
But she handled it well.
And then, oh my God.
They talked about if Rob asked her if, like, how their date went, and then she admitted that she didn't actually want another date after hers and his. So Leah's doomed.
And then there's Liv. Go up there and say something. Interrupt them. Shut the fuck up. Somebody send this crazy asshole home. I'm so tired of her conversations.
Also, at this point, I want to note that where the fuck is Hakeem?
Well, he should be there wrangling his woman so she shuts up.
We haven't seen him in quite a while. Like, pretty much all of episode 6, and now bleeding into episode 7. Connor has only been seen for once.
That's because Connor and Janae are solid, so we don't need to watch them because there's no drama between them. I get it. And that's why we don't see Liv and Hakeem, because they're a boring couple right now who doesn't even like each other, and it's just not interesting. But we still have to listen to Liv because she's the annoying little beep, 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 beep in everybody's ear.
Okay, but I'm going to give her some props because she did tell Leah to shut the fuck up and stop whining.
I know.
I know you're like, man, go interrupt, blah, blah. But, like, at this point, she was being straight up and saying, just shut up and go do it, or don't.
But also don't interrupt their conversation. But that is the 2-hour conversation.
Yes.
That I was noting. So then Rob and Leah finally...
Leah does interrupt the conversation. And
it was awkward. Yeah.
It was awkward as hell, but needed to be done.
Yeah. So basically, they only had a short conversation, and then Rob talked to Andrea for 2 hours, and Leah was more upset and finally went to tell him that she was upset. And that was nice. But then he was just lying to her like he did to Liv again.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I'm very... I can't tell if I like him. I can't tell if I hate him. It's just annoying. But then she finally, like, rips into him and becomes a bit more... Like, she's getting...
She's more honest at this point. With
Yes, but she's getting a little more unhinged each conversation that happens.
True. And we don't...
Bottling it up.
We don't actually see all the conversation.
No.
So we don't know how crazy this is getting.
But then, like, long story short, Rob leaves, and he's crying and saying he shouldn't be there, and he goes to cry alone, and she follows him. And it's just I don't know. And he's like, I've been honest and I'm so upset that you don't trust me now. But why should she trust you?
She shouldn't. And the whole time he's saying, like, I'm really into this Andrea girl.
Yeah.
But, like, also I like you, but I'm really into her and I want to explore her.
Like, no shit. And then he's like, I feel invisible and you're not listening to me. And she's not because she's mad. And it's just a fight. Like, I get it.
Yeah. This is also the point where he says they don't have a sexual groove.
Oh, yeah, which was a whole ordeal. And then he was just like, I really like you, Leah. And then he's like, give me a second to pull it together.
And then she doesn't.
Which is the problem, because you guys are going at it when you both need space from this conversation.
And then we get the hilarious moment where he runs away and then, like, strips. And then jumps in the pool.
But first he said to her, I think you're amazing, but I don't know if you're right for me. And that
the breakup line
was the end of that for Leah. And that's what was really like the nail in the coffin on everything. But then, yeah, he's hiding in the pool, like not the cover. He's hiding between the ledge of the pool with his head. You can't even see him.
Yep.
It's so weird.
He found a place to hide and open.
That was an option that you could hide in a pool lining.
Yep. But it was hilarious and sad. And
they're like trying
all
to
of the
zoom in on him, but it's just like his chest.
Yeah,
because you can't see him.
It was quite funny.
And at this point, I noted that I hope Leah goes home at the end of this episode because she's bugging me.
Yeah. And she's going around and she's talking to people and she's crying and she's saying that Rob called her an ogre or that she's an ogre because of how Rob made her feel about the sexual groove. And that she's just an ogre. She said ogre a lot. She's from Shrek.
But this Serena, the straight up queen, leaving her bed to sleep with Leah outside. I thought that was cute.
Yes. So at bedtime, they're clearly not doing well. Rob goes to bed and Leah decides to sleep outside in soul ties. The pool of pillows.
And then little Serena goes to Cordell and says, I'm going to go sleep with Leah tonight upstairs. And he was like, okay. Like, I just thought it was cute. She still told him.
Yep.
Even though they're not actually together.
Yep.
And then I liked in the morning when Janae just like gets up in there and jumps in that little love fest of the two of them because they were cuddling.
Mm-hmm.
It was so cute. Mm-hmm. It was a very cute time. I like Serena.
Liv made Hakeem an intense breakfast.
I wrote a bomb brekkie. It looked good.
Yeah, the girls making the guys food this time.
Yeah.
Like they were all in the kitchen making foods and shit.
And it's like Liv actually can cook.
Yeah.
It looked good. I still don't like her.
Yep.
I wouldn't take her breakfast.
It looked so good. And we saw Hakeem again.
Yes. But for 2 seconds.
Yeah. And we hop into a conversation between Janae and Serena. And this really bugs me, but maybe it'll work out. But Serena tells Janae that she's starting to feel Cordell in a romantic kind of way again. Because apparently the amount of attention that Serena is getting from Cordell is now the right amount. And before it was too much.
But they could still be talking and stuff and we don't know. And it was too much. The dude just can't talk to a girl properly. And he just kept going. I get why she was feeling too much from him before.
Yeah.
I think it was partly that the attention, but the space. He gave her more space to actually think about it and talk, like, feel out her own feelings. Before, I think he was smothering her too much.
That is quite possible. I won't argue that. I don't know. But from what we're seeing, it didn't seem too much like that. It just seemed like that she wasn't interested in him and he was a rambler.
But remember when he did want to give her a chance, or she did want to give him a chance and try, but then he just
over-talked.
And it was like too much and it was weird. So I understand where she's coming from.
Yeah.
So then she didn't send.
Janae was like, please, let me go tell him. Let me go do this. I want to be involved.
Because her relationship is fine. She needs to get involved somehow.
Yeah.
And she's not Liv, so she doesn't do it negatively.
Yeah. So Janae goes and pulls Cordell and
tells him
basically that, and it's like, whatever you're doing, keep doing, and hopefully this is good for Cordell.
He seemed excited. He was open to a second chance. He said everybody deserves a second chance.
But don't take away from the new interests of Nicole.
Well, yeah, and he said, I'm still going to keep doing what I'm doing and talking to Nicole, and like that's it. He's just going to do that, and if Serena wants to pull him and stuff, like he's not going to say no or not talk to her. I think that's a nice move for that.
It is. Also at this point, Serena is wearing the blue butterfly bathing suit.
Dun, dun, dun. It's meant to be.
Meant to be, I guess. Just so fitting. And was that planned? Was it a coincidence? Did a producer run over and say, hey, we need this excellent shot and I know you have this bathing suit, please wear it?
But no one talks about it.
Well,
Only us.
No one talks about it, but a producer is the invisible force that exists on the island.
And then Hakeem decides he's going to grab Nicole.
Yeah.
And try to talk to Nicole because Liv sucks.
Yeah. All these things are true, but Nicole thinks Miami boys suck, so...
And I could tell it was weird because their conversation flowed decently and they both like making fun of people. And I found that they're like, the flow worked.
Yep.
They had good energy together and that. But then she goes, I'm not really feeling it.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's fine.
Yeah.
And then Hakeem got a text.
Hakeem gets a text.
And to go to the fire pit.
Yep.
Because it's time.
It is time.
And this is where I was deciding, do I think Nicole and Andrea get to pick first or because the boys are picking and...
Everyone is aware that this is a recoupling situation. The text said it.
Yes. So then they say, the text says, yeah, okay, Nicole and Andrea get to pick first.
Yep.
But the boys who want a chance with them have to stand up at the front. And that's new. That's never happened before.
Yes.
And then it was like, do you only get to pick from those people? Can you still pick who you want from not those people? I don't know. And then so Hakeem, Kendall, and Cordell all stood.
They all stood.
Knew that was happening.
Clearly for Nicole.
Yes. And
they were all talking to her.
Yeah. And I am not surprised by any of that. Liv looked pissed.
Yeah.
That Hakeem stood. But it's like, you have no connection. Or we're not shown any connection.
Yeah, we're not shown. Maybe they have a great connection. We just don't see it.
But we don't even get to see them have conversations. So either their conversations are boring as fuck.
Yep.
Or they're not talking. Because even if their conversation was boring, I think they'd show at least a little bit. Because we see some of Janae and Connor and their conversations are all boring. Oh, we don't have drama. Ha ha ha.
Yeah.
You know? So I have a feeling they're not really talking. I think Liv's too busy talking to the girls. And I think Hakeem just is...
chilling.
Yeah.
And now talking to Nicole.
Yeah. So, I don't know. It was weird. And then that's it. And then Janae goes, good job, Rob.
Under her breath, whispering.
Yeah. And then...
Rob says, I'm sorry.
And then
looks at Leah, I'm sorry. And then gets up. Connor's eyes pop out of his head. He actually lost them. He's blind now. He's a blind fitness trainer.
My jaw was on the floor. I couldn't believe that he got up.
Dun, dun, dun.
Oh, my God. So then they do decide. And, but also Aaron didn't get up. What a little sweet pea.
Yes.
That was sweet.
Yeah.
Hey,
for a second, it looked like Andrea had no options.
Yeah. Which was crazy because she had these 2 dates. They all kissed and whatever. But I'm glad Aaron didn't stand up.
Yeah.
So then they do decide that you have to only be able to pick from the guys standing there. So what would have happened? Andrea would have had to just wait to see if she got picked or go home?
No, she probably would have had to pick one of the guys that were up there.
Oh, yeah. So she would have had to pick one of Nicole's prospects.
Yeah.
That would have been weird.
So Nicole picked first because less drama there, but she picked...
Kendall.
Yep.
And then now we get to say bye to Hannah. Mind you, we don't actually know if they're getting kicked off.
Yeah, they probably aren't. Probably going to keep them around for the drama.
Which is fine.
Yep.
I don't mind that for now. Maybe new people come in right away. I don't know.
Maybe.
But she looked so mad. Like Hannah looked pissed.
Yes.
Which is fine. And then Andrea gets to pick, and obviously she's
going to pick Rob
because that's her only option up there.
Yep.
But I was floored that they kissed when she picked him. She said her little speech, whatever. We all knew it was Rob. That's cool. I don't even know why they had to do speeches. It was stupid.
Yep.
And then they kissed, and I was like, oh, that's so disrespectful and rude. And that never happens.
Rob is a villain.
That was awful.
Especially after the whole sorry. And then gets up there. No, that was mean.
Yeah, that was rough. So then obviously everybody's like
looking at Leah
and pissed. Everybody's upset for Leah. And then Leah's a little fucking child and whispers, fuck you.
And then Rob's like, what? And then she's like, just mouthing it. And then she's just like, fine, fuck you. And says it out loud.
And then Rob rolls his eyes. Yeah. They're both so childish. It's actually insane.
Yeah.
But yeah.
And then the episode ends, and then we get a tomorrow night. And it looks just like it's the after, and everyone is drama.
And Liv is stirring shit up because she's pissed.
And Leah's mad.
Well, Liv's pissed that Hakeem even got up there because he never even told her that he had a conversation with Nicole. Like, there was no openness.
That we know of.
Well, I'm assuming from her reaction on it that he didn't.
Yeah.
So, because it looked like their conversation was pretty soon before the recoupling in general. I don't know. It was just like, it looks wild.
Yeah.
And it looks like Connor couples up with someone else from that preview. And I think it might be Liv. That's what I wrote, maybe Liv, ? Because from that preview, Janae looks mad. So I'm interested. And I don't even know what Liv is mad about. So.
Also, poor Cordell. Not getting chosen.
Yeah, but maybe now he has a chance with Serena again. Maybe it goes full circle back to them.
Maybe someone should just choose Cordell.
Maybe Serena chooses Cordell.
Maybe, but it should be now.
Well, because that's where the episode ends. We haven't seen the guys pick.
Yeah, I know.
So he's picking Serena.
Hopefully.
Well, maybe he picks Hannah. I die. Yeah, exactly.
Oh, please no.
So who's your favorite couple?
I don't even know. There's so much drama. Cordell. Just Cordell on his own.
No.
Does it count? Okay. I'm gonna say I'm really torn. Connor and Janae. I'll go with them. I like Connor so far, and Janae is nice with him. So, and they're boring.
Even though we think he's gonna couple up with someone.
Well, like that's what makes this one so hard.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I obviously picked Aaron and Kaylor. Back on the Aaron and Kaylor train. I just think Aaron is the sweetest little man in the world. I just think he's so nice.
Okay.
I like him.
Okay.
I don't know who my favorite Islander is anymore. There's just so much going on.
Yeah.
It's not Hannah. It's not Liv. I think it's probably Janae.
Janae for you? Okay.
She's just the least dramatic right now.
True.
And she's nice. Like, I don't have any issues. She doesn't stir the drama. She just tries to help with the love.
Agreed. I like Serena.
True. I also like Serena.
If her coming back to liking Cordell is
fake,
not fake, then I like her. If it is fake, just because she's talking to another girl, then I will hate her forever. And then Cordell is my favorite guy.
I hate you. For Serena, though, just like on that note, I just feel like the way she talked about it, though, to Janae seemed very genuine. Yep. I don't find it so far. I mean, we're only on episode 7. I haven't seen any kind of snakiness from Serena. She was upfront with him when she didn't feel it right away, and she's been very open. She's been very nice to everyone. Like, I just haven't seen her even talk meanly about anybody behind their back or anything yet.
Sure.
So I agree. I think she is probably one of my top people, but that's what makes me think that it's not fake with the Cordell.
Hopefully not.
So we'll see.
And your favorite guy?
Oh. No one. I don't know. They're all just...
It's
right
wrong.
now.
I get it.
It's definitely... I think it's Aaron. I think Aaron's very nice. I like him. Connor, I just don't see enough of people like Connor and Hakeem to have them be in my top list.
Yep.
Because we just don't see anything from them. And I still think Cordell's stupid. Like, I think he's nice. I just think he's a little all not there.
Rude. Anyway, that's it for us. See you tomorrow night.